Hello and welcome to the Failsafe Fitness Golf Show, episode number 32. My name, as always, is Michael Joshua. I am your host and owner of Failsafe Fitness Limited. Welcome to the show. It's going to be a short, sharp one again this week. It's been a very, very busy summer with the kids being off and parents wanting to get a break from those little brats at school. They're coming for more and more lessons. So this is going to be a very short, sharp podcast this week. Hopefully we can get through a few bits and you can hear my opinions on a couple of stories that I've been reading this week, and of course my insights into the Women's AIG Open, which is taking place up in St Andrews this weekend. Quick admin to go through then. Excuse me, more. You have just over 10 days left. I think it might be less than that by the time this podcast actually comes out on Wednesday, of the 5 for 4 deal. So anybody listening, anybody who knows me, anybody who's seen anything to do with the company will know that I've been doing a 5 for 4 all summer long. That is going to come to an end very, very soon. In fact, it's going to come to the end on the 1st of September. So the 1st of September will be the last time you'll be able to buy 5 hours of my time for the price of just 4, whether that be personal training, strength and conditioning, nutrition and weight management, or golf performance coaching. All of that can be lumped in. You can have one of everything if you want. You can even have a sports massage. I also do massage as well. Yes, and kinesiology. So all that is lumped in 5 for 4. If you need something doing, you've got about a week to get it done and get it booked in, because that offer will be gone for the rest of 2024. Link in the description is now fixed. The My Protein and Bulk link and the Linktree links are now available via Instagram, etc. And hopefully in the bottom of the description of this podcast on Acast, that link tree should be available. So get yourself some discounts to some of the best nutrition companies I've been dealing with probably for the last 15 years. So go get yourself a discount. It'll be very, very good. Let's get into where the big boys and girls are playing this week then, shall we? And then I'll get on to how my week has been. So PGA Tour, they're obviously at the BMW, the second stage of the FedEx Cup Championship. 3 events. Obviously, the one last weekend went from 70 players to 50. And I think if I'm right, not too sure on this, but I'm sure that 50 gets cut to 30 for the Tour Championship a week later. Another $20 million up for grabs as well. And of course, LPGA LET Tour are at the AIG Ladies Open or Women's Open at St Andrews. So if you are watching some golf this week, I suggest everybody goes watch that. I am rooting for Charlie Hall, Georgia Hall, and a couple of others. Lydia Grant. Lydia Ko and Lynn Grant. I mix people up. I don't know what I'm doing today. But Lynn Grant has been my swing crush for well over 18 months, maybe even nearly 3 years now. She's an absolute ball striker, and when she's on, she is on. And she's the only female to have won 2 DP World Tour events in the Scandi Mixed. No live this week. That ended with John Ram being beaten by Brooks Koepka at the Greenbrier. I mean, Ram played well. He did play well. We'll get on to some more things about Ram a little bit later on. But yeah, it was a good event, and Koepka becomes the first live golfer to win 5 events on that tour. So when you think about it, they played 26 events now. Yeah, I think they've played 26 events. He's won basically almost 25%, or well over 20% of their events. DP World Tour, well, they're still around in Europe. It is the Danish Golf Championship this week on the DP World Tour, and there's some interesting and very familiar faces playing in that as well. So that's where the big boys and girls are playing this week. My eyes are definitely going to be, if I get the chance, going to be put on to St Andrews this week. It's going to be very, very good. I can't wait. I'm very excited. So let's get into what I've been up to this week. Well, as you can guess, I've been coaching, I've been greenkeeping, usual standard stuff, but it's been a very interesting week. I've had a round um, with a very special person. They've come to me for coaching earlier in the year. They've come away, they've come back, and we went out for a very lovely afternoon's round. It's one of their first ever rounds of golf for 9 holes, and they did very, very well. There's a lot that needs to move forward, but I think in the time constraints that they've been playing with, it's been very, very good. I think they enjoyed it. I think they've seen that they're not at the absolute bottom end of the scale. They're 3 or 4 rungs up, and the only way is going to go, they're going to get better and better once they fix a little bit of ball striking, start getting a little bit of flight. It's very frustrating. My wife was very similar when she started out. She really struggled after 3 holes at a different golf course than what I'm at now. I think she was almost in tears and wanted to give up because she just felt so useless. But she stuck with it, and the good news as well this morning, we actually made the pairs match play final. So, as the only female member of the club, I'm so proud of my wife to go and get a par four, which is a net birdie, 4 for 3 to win us the match 2-0 on the final hole. She's absolutely fantastic, and hopefully in a couple of weeks, the Joshua household will be having another trophy for 12 months in the doubles match play. So excited. It was a great run. And just to keep the tradition of a greenkeeper being in a final of a match play event every single year for the last 3 years, I lost. I came second to our current club captain, or our now club captain, 2 years ago. Our head greenkeeper won last year, and now in the pairs, um, another greenkeeper is in a final, so it's good. Hopefully, the result will go my way this time. So I'm very happy about that. It's been very good. And I've played some very up and down golf. I've struggled with a little bit of a neck injury. My left shoulder's been playing me up through most of this season. There's a lot of mobility work I need to do. And especially over the winter, there's going to be a lot of exercise and diet and nutrition that needs to get put in for 2025. But new driver did okay, got me out of trouble. I switched my irons as well. So I've gone back to playing my TaylorMade racks just because having to swing the Cali so hard, it was taking it out on the already injured neck, just having to turn so fast to hit them. And I didn't want to half hit them and lose so much distance. So going to a lighter, longer club it just allowed me to get enough speed just to hit chippy shots the same distance as I would normally get them. It's been a fantastic week of playing with some of you members of the Failsafe Fitness community in the WhatsApp group. It's been good. It's been really, really good. I've been really excited to play a lot of golf this week. I played 27 holes on Saturday, 18 holes Sunday, 18 holes obviously Tuesday. Uh, it's been a busy week, and I think it's only to the benefit of my game. I struggled through Saturday morning with a neck injury, had a little bit of massage, etc. Saturday night and a bit of a rest. Sunday, by the back nine, it kind of eased off. I still get the odd twinge now and again. I'm going to stick with the TaylorMade racks probably through until I go away now. But yeah, I'm very happy. I'm very happy with the way I played. Uh, and everything's going in the right direction. There's a lot of you out there, a couple of new clients that have come on board. that have sorted out the putting, they've sorted out the chipping around the greens. We're going to dial in some distances this week. I know a couple of you are coming to look at, you've got it sussed now out of bunkers and into greens inside the 20, 30 yard mark. We're going to look at dialing in that 50, 60, 75, 100 yards. So at least you're going to be giving it a chance of hitting the green. And that consistency, sort of, for me, 75 yards and in, that's where it makes a difference. It certainly made a difference in the match play today. Um, and if you're good from that distance and you're absolute mustard inside 30 yards, if you can be decent at 50 yards and, hitting greens, or at least leaving yourself with a chance of an up and down from inside 75 yards, you've got a very good chance of lowering your handicap and being a much better competitive golfer. So yeah, thank you for all your lessons. Keep going. A lot of people have made some big strides this year. I'm so proud of three or four of you. We've got some people that just don't miss fairways now. We've got some people who are absolutely nails when it comes to chipping on and getting up and down from inside that 15, 20, 30 yard mark. It's been fantastic to see. I've got a couple of you that are putting really well at the minute as well. So yeah, thank you for your custom. 2024 isn't over. Let's get you to as low as we can get you, and hopefully through the winter and then into 2025, your handicap is going to plummet. Let's get into the news then. So news for me this week. Um, a big one for me was Tom Kim. So you may or may not have seen the FedEx St Jude last week, but Tom Kim was 46 in the standings on the 16th tee in the final round at TP Southwind. He was cruising towards the second leg of the lucrative Tour playoffs, but then he had bogey and double bogey finish. And then he was 51st and one outside the number to make it to the BMW Championship next week. The collapse allowed the US Ryder Cup captain Keegan Bradley to sneak into this week's second showpiece at Castle Pines. Kim's 6-6 meltdown on the final three holes may have cut his season short, but it was actually the incident on the 12th hole that really got a lot of people talking about Tom Kim. After missing a short birdie putt, the South Korean lashed out and made a dent in the green in frustration. He slammed down on a spot on the putting surface that he seemed to think impacted his six-footer and appeared to walk away without repairing the damage. That unsurprisingly proved a very tough watch for many golf fans and greenkeepers, myself included, who were quick to jump onto Tom Kim's back over that incident. It was reported Paul Tessery later fixed the indent, but Tom Kim has now released a statement on his Instagram responding to the subsequent backlash. He said, "It's been brought to my attention about my frustration shown on the 12th green yesterday. I will never lie to my peers and fans because I have too much respect and gratitude towards them. I wasn't aware I'd made that much of a damage to the green, and if I did, I would never have just left it without repairing, but clearly I was wrong. And I'll take full responsibility for my actions and behave better going forward. Thank you, and I apologise, and thank you for your support throughout the year." So yeah, I mean, we all get frustrated. I've had it a couple of times greenkeeping a Himley this year. I've gone in on a Sunday morning or a Monday morning after not being there, Saturday afternoon or Sunday afternoon, and I've seen there's a line where someone's dug the back of a putter right next to the hole. So, we've had to repair the damage, or we've had to basically move a cup. When it's a big comp, having to move a pin where we have for 2 days, having to move that pin position because of damage can affect the result of the competition, because it might be a slightly easier or a slightly more difficult pin that you put. Yeah. So what do you think about that? Professional golfers, should they be behaving like this? I don't think they should. He should know better. Second story that's caught my eye is Charlie Hull issues an injury update as she targets a major breakthrough. This week's AIG Open marks Charlie Hull's 55th career start in a major championship, with the exception of the 2020 Chevron, which she was forced to withdraw after testing positive for COVID. But the 28-year-old and ever-present on the golf's biggest stage for a decade, she is still searching for her first major victory. Hull has been looking at a major, and she finished solo second last year in this very event. With this year's renewal taking place over the old course of St Andrews, she's determined to go one better, and her love affair with the old course stretches back 15 years. She said, when I was 9, I was actually at the HSBC Wee Wonders here. It wasn't on the old course, it was around one of the 9-hole golf courses, and it was the first time I'd ever come to St Andrews. She returned the following year to watch Tiger Woods in the 2010 Open and contested the St Roll Trophy the following year. It's a really special place, and I really like the pies in the halfway house, but they didn't have them yesterday. I was gutted, he said. So this is an interview from Bunkered Live, by the way. Her preparation for the major hasn't been helped by a freak shoulder injury she sustained in July after she fell getting out of the shower. And I know what that feels like because March last year, I actually fell getting into the shower. I didn't have any rubber duckies on. No rubber duckies in the bottom of my bath. I slipped and fell. I thought I broke my arm, but I got away with it. Just about. Apparently, big guys can bounce a bit more, but I bounced right on my foot. I still have a little indent. I didn't break anything, but I'm pretty sure I did something. The X-ray didn't show much, but right on my ulnar, I can still feel or maybe sense where I just made a big impact on a side rail of the bath as I went down. I genuinely thought I broke my arm, but I didn't. I'd say that injury ruled her out for 5 weeks until she went to the Olympic Games in Paris. Shoulders got a little tight after the Olympics. She's had acupuncture every other day, but she said, "I feel like I'm healthy and I'm ready to have a crack at the AIG Women's Open." So good luck, Charlie. Let's hope you can bring it home. And I think she's one of those girls that in that's elevated in the terms of the LPGA Tour. And a lot of people are after the US Open where she was, or Olympics where she was signing in autographs with a cigarette in her mouth. Very John Daly-esque. A lot of people have started to follow her, and she's a really good, talented player. Third and final news story is Pro claims Jane Monahan mistake led to John Ram joining Liv. There were only 2 Liv golf events left this season, meaning attention will turn towards another winter change in the Breakaway League. With players out of contract, it's anticipated that Greg Norman will target more big-name signings ahead of the 2025 campaign. Whether Liv can attract players with the caliber of John Ram to Hatton for a 4th season in a row remains to be seen. The PGA Tour continues to elevate prize purses and bonus pools in a bid to stop Liv from poaching more players, but the PGA have combated that with some of their own initiatives to make sure that to make their players wealthier. You would think it's going to stop them going across by and large, and it's going to be interesting to see if they can sign any more players. But there might be some players like Adrian Moronk who might go across from the DP World Tour. Eddie Pepperell has also been sort of asked if he's going to go, but I don't think Pepperell will go. And he was thinking that because of Monahan's sort of flip-floppy attitude towards the PIF and Live Golf, meant that Ram just left because he was sick of it, and they thought, oh, Liv will sort it out eventually. but the deal still hasn't been done with the PIF. And like I say, the DP World Tour, I think, went in the wrong direction. And I think if the DP World Tour wants to come out of the PGA Tour's shadow a little bit, they need to offer the live players some leeway and a way to elevate some of their own events. That's my opinion. But there's also been a lot of rumours about John Ram allegedly wanting to hand back the $650 million because he doesn't feel like he's playing enough, and the events that they're playing in aren't to the standard of the PGA Tour, which they're not going to be. So what do you think, John Ram? Do you think Ram made the right decision? I definitely don't think he did. And do you think him paying his fines and coming back to the DP World Tour, or Liv making a deal with the DP World Tour to elevate their events, is that a good thing for the former European Tour? Because I do. I really do. Okay then. So that's the news. So this week, let's take a look at mobility. So we're going to take a look at 3 exercises you can do at home whilst you're watching the TV to help aid your leg mobility. And obviously, the benefits of improving mobility and flexibility include muscle function. Mobility can facilitate the flow of oxygen-rich blood in the muscles, improve blood flow, helps the muscles function, support movement. It also can help alleviate stress, which is why yoga, the sense of stretching in yoga, is used a lot to decrease stress. Decreased risk of falls because increased mobility can improve balance. And obviously, we're talking about balance in a golf swing this time. And in daily life, just extra flexibility will improve your posture, which will also help prevent injury and as well as back pain, which if you're one of those golfers that swings so hard at a golf ball, you basically rip your spine out. Extra mobility in the legs can also help with that. Stretching the ligaments and muscles and tendons can help them move a bit more freely, giving you again more freedom and developing more club head speed. So what we're going to do here is these are 3 exercises you can do in front of the TV. So the first one, all you're going to do is you are going to sit with your on the floor with your legs spread wide. So I want your feet wider than your shoulders out in front of you. And all you're going to do is you're going to walk your body in between your legs out towards your toes. So straight down the middle, stretching out towards your TV. You're going to feel a stretch in your hamstrings, maybe a little bit in your calves as well. Once you get to the bit where you can't go any further, stop and hold that stretch for about 30 seconds to a minute. And then once it eases off, about 30 seconds later, I want you to tiptoe another inch or 2 and then stop again. And then another 30 seconds to a minute and do it once more as far as you can go and hold that for about another 30 seconds to a minute. And relax. So you're going to sit legs spread eagled. Your body is going to lean forward. You're going to feel the stretch in those hamstrings. And you're going to repeat that 3 times. That's it. Perfect. So that's stretching out your hamstrings. Not a problem. The second one is I want you to be on one knee, almost like you're going to propose to somebody. You're down on one knee. That's the position I want you to think of. And what you're going to do is the front foot that's up off the deck. I want you to just lean into that. So knee going over those toes in front, and I want you to feel the stretch in your rear hip. The knee that's on the floor, I want you to feel that stretch in that upper thigh, right in where your hip joint is. I want you to feel a little bit of a stretch in there. And when you feel that stretch, I want you to hold that stretch for about 30 seconds. And then once you do, then I'm going to want you to switch and go to the other side and lean into that. for about 30 seconds. And you're going to do that 3 times. So we're stretching out the hamstrings at the back of the leg. Now we're stretching out those hip flexors and your quad on the front of the leg. And your third and final one for your legs is, for me, is you've got 2 choices with this. You can either stand up and you can bring one foot in front of the other. But what I want you to do is the heel on the back foot. I want you to just gently lean into that front knee, and the back foot, I want you to keep the heel on the ground. So I want to feel that stretch in that calf muscle, the muscle at the lower back half of your leg. I want you to feel like your back leg. So imagine there's a nail gone through your heel of your foot and it's stuck in the floor. I want you to just lean forward into the front leg and feel like that calf is just stretching. And I want you to hold that again for about 20 to 30 seconds. Switch to the other side and again do 3 sets of that. So those are the 3 things I want you to do. So this is going to help improve blood flow through your calf, blood flow through your front of your thighs, to the back of your thighs and your hamstrings. It's also going to help stretch out those hips. If you do this routine along with the shoulder mobility workout from last week, it's going to take you about 15 to 20 minutes. Do that 3 times a week and you will start feeling more mobile, more agile, and hopefully a little bit more freer to swing a golf club come Sunday morning or Saturday morning when you play on a weekend. And I know this isn't a great golf tip, but this is also a fitness show, and being a fit and able to play golf is the best way to enjoy your golf. So that is the mobility part of the golf training that I do, and I do this with a few clients. I help them if I feel like they are struggling with their mobility. These are the exercises I give them, and believe me, they work. We're going to have one more week, which is next week, and I'm going to talk about core strength. And there's 3 exercises I want you to do that, again, you can do at home, no equipment required, to help build core strength, which is going to help improve your posture and help you be able to swing a golf club not just harder, but faster, with more venom and getting more distance. And we'll talk about that next week. And that's pretty much it for this show. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you find the mobility helpful. Golf isn't just about being on course. Doing some stuff off course is also just as important. You see any PGA Tour profile at the minute, and they're all doing work in the gym on their mobility, their flexibility. You know, I've seen them doing squat jumps and jumping lunges to help build power. So 20 minutes 3 times a week to improve your mobility whilst you're sat watching EastEnders or Netflix or whatever the hell people watch these days, is going to help with your game. I hope you have a great week. Don't forget, this is the last week of the 5 for 4. 1st of September, it is gone for good in 2024. Have a great week, everybody. Like, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.